Hello there, you amazing viewers and subscribers. Welcome to a new Doctor Who video for today. So in this video, I'm going to be asking the same question as I did last week, a couple of days ago, for what is the best story from each season of classic Doctor Who from the 1970s. So during the 1970s, we had 10 seasons from this era, broadcast from 1970 to 1979. There's some great stuff in it. So with two Doctors bearing halfway through these seasons, you got 5 seasons of Jon Pertwee, and then you got 6 seasons from the great Tom Baker. So I thought I'd talk about what are the best stories from each season of this best era, I have to say. And my best favourite stories are very, very great. Now, I'm going to do this in my normal voice. I really do like the 1970s era. You do have some great stuff from the two 70s Doctors, like Jon Pertwee and Tom Baker. You do have some great stuff. So, sit there with your jelly babies, reverse the approach to the neutron flow, and let's dive into what I think is the best stories from each season in 1970s. So, jumping into 1970, we have season 7. And the story I have put for the best is basically the very first one, which is known as Spearhead from Space. I really love this story. The appearance of the Autons, the Nesting Consciousness, and the new Doctor. Plus, we have the return of Unit from the last season of Patrick Troughton. We also have a new companion, aka Liz Shaw, and the Doctor is just basically there suffering from regeneration, where he's in hospital because he got discharged. Well, he got put into hospital because they found him near the TARDIS. And then when you see him in the wheelchair running away, from the people that are after him, that's just a great scene. Season 8, I had to put Terror of the Autons because, one, this is the very first story of the arch enemy of the Doctor, known as the Master. I really like the beginning. Who the heck are you? Well, I'm usually referred to as the Master. Oh, is that so? Universally. I really love Roger Goddard when he says that. I am usually referred to as the Master. Absolutely great, cracking stuff there. I really enjoy Roger Delgado's performance. And when the Master literally teams up with the Autons, like, trying to get them to destroy Earth, and the Doctor stops them with Unit, and the Master's just there, like, they're thinking he's got away with it, but he ends up driving the bus with the Autons in. And the Doctor says he can't leave. Why? I got his demilitarization circuit. He's stuck on this planet as well as I am. I love when Jon Pertwee does that. Great stuff. Season 9, I had to put the Sea Devils, because out of all of Season 9, I really think this is the best story from Season 9 completely. Day of the Daleks, I really don't like the original Dalek Fest, but if they put in the special edition in Season 9 Blu-ray box set, I most probably love it more. Curse of Peladon is a great story. I really enjoy that one. The Sea Devils, I absolutely love it, which is why I put it in for best. The Mutants, not so much. Not really. I've only watched episode 2. It's a 6-part story. I just can't get through the others. And of course, we have the Time Monster, which is, I think that's a great story as well. But I really enjoy the Sea Devils because I got some great memories of watching the Sea Devils with me Grandad Mick. I remember stopping over at his once, and on UK Gold they were showing a Jon Pertwee story, which was the Sea Devils, and I really remember watching it with me Grandad, and I think that was the first time for 2 hours I literally shut up when I stopped over at his, because I was there. Stopping over at his watching the Sea Devils was the first time I actually ever watched the story, and it was my very first ever Jon Pertwee story that I've seen with my granddad, because the very first one I actually ever watched was The Claws of Axos. But for a Jon Pertwee that I watched with my granddad was basically The Sea Devils, which brings a lot of great memories. I remember going down to the summer, near Green Acres Beach, Blackrock Sands. I remember going there quite a few summers. I even went there with this screwdriver the once, pretending I was scanning for landmines in case the Sea Devils came to attack. I remember doing that, and I was a sad bugger then. I still am now. I just remember going across the beach, going like that, looking for landmines. I really remember it. I've had this for quite a while. Season 10 is next. Now, Season 10, I've had to put the Three Doctors. One, because I've just really enjoyed the story. It's the best story from Season 10, in my opinion. I really like the way you have Patrick Troughton coming back as the second Doctor and his, like, banter with Jon Pertwee's third Doctor. Oh, no, 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 no. You see, he is one of me. Oh, I see. You're both Time Lords. Quite, but not quite. We're not just Time Lords. We're the same Time Lord. Oh, please, you're just confusing my season. Look, Joe, it's all quite simple. I and he is me. I love the way Jon Pertwee just does that. I and he is me. And then when the first Doctor comes on the screen talking to him, and then Joe goes, who is that? And they both just look at each other going, me. Me. I really love the way Patrick Troughton and Jon Pertwee just did that kind of banter in between their Doctors. It's absolutely funniest. You see, Joe, it's all quite simple. I and he is me. Oh, I really like that. And then when they're there in the TARDIS and he goes, right, what is the bridge for? Crossing? Now stop Dilladale and cross it. No, wait, you afraid him again. I really love that. Well, and then literally tosses a coin and goes, hi, look. And he goes, Joel, get back. And then he gets teleport. I like the way with the two Doctors, when they come across Omega, he goes, is it him? Is it really Omega? Yes, I'm afraid so. I really love the Three Doctors. It is a great story. The cast is fantastic in it. It's got some great location work. Season 11, it is the Time Warrior. I really enjoy the Time Warrior because not only is it just because it's Elizabeth Sladen's first episode as Sarah Jane, it introduces the Santarans and it actually changes the show because after the departure of Joe Grant, they did this season with Jon Pertwee and it feels totally different to the previous Jon Pertwee seasons. And it leads, and I really think it leads into the next season with Tom Baker really, really well. Really enjoy this story. I like the way when Jon Pertwee's there with the Santoran, he's just there doing the martial art thing, going, hey, like that. I really love the way he's in Ironforge's castle, and he literally hangs on the big, massive candle thing, and he swings, goes to the door, and then locks the door while let them screaming after him and stuff. I really enjoy that story. Season 12, it is Genesis of the Daleks. Is there any reason why this one doesn't deserve to be the best story from Season 12? It is just magnificent. The Time Lords pull the Doctor out of the time thing that he's travelling back to Nether Beacon. And they also take Harry and Sarah, and they have to go to stop the Daleks' creation or try and evolve them into less cynical creatures, which unfortunately doesn't go as planned because the Daleks do exist and they still carry on, which leads into the Time War. But Genesis of the Daleks gives us some great stuff. When the Doctor's there talking about the Daleks, he goes, do I have the right? I just really enjoy Tom Baker in the story. I really like the bit when he goes through his pockets and he takes out like a yo-yo, sonic screwdriver, a packet of jelly babies, and some other random stuff the Doctor's collected. It's specifically like a scroll to Henry VIII. I really enjoy that. Season 13, it is The Brain of Morbus. I just really enjoyed the story. It's the best story for Season 13, in my opinion. I like the way you got spaceships crash on the planet Khan. I like the fact the Doctor's there talking really loudly, going, come on, show yourselves, you interfering brats. Doctor, who are you talking to? The Time Lords. Who do you think's pulled us off course? I really enjoy the way Tom Baker does that. I like the bit with Morbus as well, because when Sarah Jane loses her eyesight because she's took a blast of the Sisterhood's ring, makes her go blind. She's there, like, literally walking around, and then she gets her eyesight back, and when she goes, I can see, and then Morbus's body just comes running at her, and you just go, yeah. I just really enjoy that sequence. It's just great. Season 14, I have had to put The Talents of Wing Chun because I really enjoy the story. I think it's the best story from Season 14. The fourth Doctor, Leela, Victoria, London. What can possibly go wrong? Oh yeah, apart from a mad criminal from the 51st century, experiment on young females so he can try and steal their body form so he can renew himself. A big giant rat in the sewers. Chinese gangs going around killing people. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong in the story? If that's just the build-up for me setting up why it deserves to be favourite. I really enjoy it. Season 15, I've had to put The Horror of Fang Rock. I just enjoy Horror of Fang Rock because nobody survives at the end of it. Only the Doctor and Leela. Nobody survives in this very, very lighthouse. It's just magnificent. We have the Rutan who can shapeshift into any form. It goes around killing the people inside the lighthouse, leaving the fourth Doctor and Leela the only survivors. Absolutely great. I mean, nobody lives, and this is a really great story because by the time you watch this episode and you're thinking about all the deaths that's happened in it, and you're literally thinking, how many death counts there are, which is very, very confusing because I've tried doing that and I keep getting it wrong. So I need to rewatch Horror Fan Rock for the death count. I really enjoy the way that it's just the Doctor and Lily that survives. It's just the TARDIS team where everybody else just dies. A really great story. Season 16, it is the Pirate Planet. Again, I really enjoy the Pirate Planet, not because it is a Douglas Adams script. I was going to say Robert Holmes then. I really enjoy Douglas Adams' writing. I like the idea of a planet that can jump coordinates, so it can end up in one place, jump on top of another planet, rip it apart, and it ends up being in the captain's stall vault. Really great stuff in there. I like the captain as well. Ooh, the Force of Madness. I really enjoy this story completely. And then, of course, Season 17. The best story for Season 17. It's the City of Death. I just really enjoy the City of Death. I like the way we have Scaroth. I like the way we're on holiday with the Fourth Doctor and Leela. I really enjoy this story completely. I've already done a review on it, so I'm not going to say much about it. So, yeah. So that is my favourite story. What is the best stories from each season of the 1970s of Doctor Who. They're the ones I've picked. Now, the ones I was going to put, because I've actually put a few honourable mentions here. So, the first story for Season 7, which is an honourable mention, it is got to be Inferno. Because I really enjoy Inferno, because I really like Spearhead from Swiss and I like Inferno. But these two just keep swapping. So, this one might... If I was to do this list at another point, I might probably say, oh, Inferno or Spearhead from Space. That's the one thing I have to say. Season 8, I was going to put the Demons, because I really enjoyed that. And I like the way Azar offers the Third Doctor immortality. He goes, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. Like that. I really enjoy that. So Demons is an honorable mention. Season 9, I'm going to say this one for Season 9. And it is the Day of the Daleks Special Edition. Because the Special Edition is 10 times better than the original version. I like Nicholas Briggs because they've actually got him doing the Dalek voices going, who is ever operating the time machine is an enemy of the Daleks. I just really enjoy Day of the Daleks, the Special Edition. Season 10, I was going to put the Green Death because Season 10 for me, I always struggle with what is the best episodes. Because 1, I really enjoy the Three Doctors. 2, I enjoy the Green Death. So I'm going to put the Green Death in honourable mentions. Season 11 is Planet of the Spiders. I just enjoy Planet of the Spiders. I really think it's a great outing for the Third Doctor. And he goes off to regenerate into the Fourth Doctor. Season 12, I'm going to say the honourable mention here is got to be the Ark in Space. Because this is a great story for the Riven. It is just magnificent. Everything about it's great. Season 13, I was going to put Pyramids of Mars, but it's an honourable mention because I really enjoy Pyramids of Mars. I like Sutekh, I like the robot mummies and other stuff in the story as well, which is great. Season 14, now, I was going to put the Delhi Assassin. Not many people like the Delhi Assassin. I love it because it shows how desperate the Master is to stay alive. He's determined to do anything to stay alive. It's just magnificent. Season 15, now, honourable mention, I'm going to say the Image of the Fandal, because I really like Image of the Fandal. I like the way the Doctor's there, like, throws and he goes, come on, legs, move, move, like that. I like the way you have the Fandal, which is kind of like a big giant snake sort of slug creature combined. I really enjoyed that. Season 16, now I was going to put the Stones of Blood. Because the Stones of Blood, I really enjoyed that episode. That was my first story I ever watched this season. It's just great. And then Season 17 is Shada for honourable mention, because I really enjoy Shada. So that is what I think is the best stories and honourable mentions of each season in the 1970s. Let me know in the comments what you think is the best story from the 1970s from each season. Thank you for watching the video. Please do like, subscribe and share. And join me for more Doctor Who content later on.